And we are live. Welcome to the NBA Strategy Show, Friday, March 6th. We've made it to the end of the week. We're here, and we actually have a really nice slate tonight. From a late swap perspective, that is. We're going to have the options to bounce around a little bit tonight. I'm pretty excited for that. Hit the like button if you're here. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter. At Josh Engleman. Winning lineup. Chopped last night, but not the same lineup. Jalen Suggs, Tyler Hero, Ace Bailey, Noah Clowney, Julian Reese, Amen Thompson, Michael Porter Jr., and Khalil Ware is one of those lineups. You could also swap out Suggs, Clowney, and Amen Thompson for Isaiah Collier, Bilal Coulibaly, and De'Aaron Fox, and get the exact same score to win the damn thing. Reese, what do you have, 18 and 20 or something stupid? We got Khalil Ware had 10 or 11 stocks. Craziness. I'm quite confident that I never said Noah Clowney's name yesterday, nor should I. I'm quite confident I never said Tyler Hero's name yesterday. Why should I? I mean, we still got a Leaky Black lineup into third, and he was not very good in a lot of minutes. Wemby was great, and yet not in the winning lineup. Crazy, man. Hell of a day yesterday. Hell of a day. Some things to talk about. We started here yesterday, and we're starting here again today. 2 days ago, Low Stories picks up the main slate 50K. He says, I'm not done. Last night, night slate. First and third. Takes down the night slate for 20K, grabs another 7K for third place. It's Low Stories world, man. We're just living in it. Absolutely smashing. You guys see the Stochastic logo on the screen right now. 1, you guys should be using the same avatar on DraftKings because it can get you a free month in situations like this. 2, should be obvious why you should be using it. How many more screenshots do we got to send out of this dude shipping contests using our tools? It's getting crazy, man. Heater of the year. It's on right now. We are in the midst of it. Crushing. So I saw him in chat. Shout out to our boy for taking that one down. You love to see it. Not the only screenshots I got last night, though. Corey Hansen grabbed second in the 4-point play. And Slimbo Mangler finished first. I don't know who that is. So Corey is the one that tweeted at us. Shout out to Corey for grabbing second here in the 4-point play. Shout out to Slimbo Mangler as well. And Big Mart, I guess. And somebody in 7th, but going 1-2 in the 4-point play. Not too shabby. Again, links in the description. 15% off. Cannot beat it. I got one more here for you. We've got the second place finish in the Pocket Cup Minimax qualifier. We're talking 8,000 entries in the second place finish. That's a big score. Now, that one came in at a crisp 1:41 a.m. So I was able to see that right at the moment I woke up. But got another one here for Yabo. Do you got any others? That's all I had from last night. There could be some others, but yeah. Shout out to our boy Low Stories. Glad he's here. I'm here for all of the I told you so's. See, here's the funny part, First Kings. I legitimately have no idea what you said yesterday on the show. None whatsoever. It could have went well. It could have went poorly. But I promise you, I forgot every single bit of that by 10:01 a.m. yesterday. No clue. No clue at all. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I legitimately have no idea what you said. I disregarded that shit instantly. Instantly. PJ Washington. Well, I don't remember seeing him do anything yesterday, but if I click on this and he did, kudos to you. Let's find out here. 18 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block. So, just total dude. Okay. Got it. Thought so. Anybody else remember any of the nonsense? I think there were 3 players. One of them was like a definite hell no. Now that I'm remembering here. In my DNA sometime. There were 3. Now that I think I'm remembering 3 names. One of them was dreadful. Can't remember who it was, though. Somebody in chat will know. I'm sure of that. All right. So today, 6-game slate. We actually got a little lucky for what today is going to be. Could have went a different direction. The only game that we're dropping is the 10:30 start Pacers-Lakers. And as far as I'm concerned, good riddance. We've got 2 7 o'clocks, an 8, 2 9s, and a 9:30. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want. Gafford and somebody else. Yeah, I agree. Gafford was one of them, I think. It was somebody awful, wasn't it? It was definitely a name of somebody that's like really not actually good. Because like I'd make jokes about Gafford or PJ Washington, but those guys are real. Like those guys can typically be rostered. One of them was definitely just a no across the board. So we've got Mavs Celtics, 7 o'clock start. And we are likely going to see Jason Tatum today. I'm so excited that that man is back. I pray that he stays healthy. If you've been watching this show all NBA season, I tried to put you guys in the spot to get on the Boston train months ago. I hope you were able to do it. Miami Heat, Charlotte Hornets. Fun game. Hornets have been outstanding. If the Heat were better, I would just assume that the Hornets were just going to smash them because the Hornets just beat everybody at the top of the league. But for today, at home, taking on Miami. Like it. Blazers, Rockets, 8 o'clock start. That one's going to be a bit of a mess on the Portland side. And the Rockets are live to be a mess. But what's really interesting is Heat, Hornets, real game. Blazers, Rockets, real game. Even though Portland's like dinged up. Knicks, Nuggets, obviously a real game. 9 o'clock start here in Denver. Love this one. Pelicans, Suns is a little bit less of a real game. It's tough to trust the Pelicans in any way. And then, Suns are dinged up a little bit too. Mark Williams out. We're getting some Oso Iguodala chalk. And then finally, 9:30 start Clippers, Spurs. Like pseudo real game. I mean, the Clippers aren't in tank mode. Obviously, the Spurs are real. So fun day. No real breakaway betting lines. Like the totals are pretty similar. It's a good spot. It's a good spot. Yeah, look, I for one can't believe that we had a conversation on Live Before Lock where Wemby is going to be Not strong enough for Jalen Duren 2 weeks after dropping an absolute monster game on the Pistons and Duren's head. Had a monster again last night. It just felt pedestrian because of how good he is. But what a weird thought process to go through life. Craziness. It's funny to think about, honestly. Gabriel hit us with a super chat. He said, "Good morning, Josh. Look forward to your thoughts on Jason Tatum back tonight. Currently 5,500 on FanDuel. Calling Juju Reese's Pieces. That's good. I like that. I assume Jason Tatum is a flat, no chance, don't even think about it. But let me double check. But I can't see a scenario where you would ever do this. What do you say? He's 5,500? Yeah, I don't. I mean, if we hear anything more throughout the day, I would say, like, yes, you can play him. I don't know why you'd want to. I think the biggest reason why you don't play Jason Tatum is because this game is at 7 o'clock. Like, if the Mavs Celtics game was the 9:30 start, I'd have at least a little bit more interest in it. But I don't care what he does today. Don't play Jason Tatum in DFS contests. Yes, Frankie, I did take Duren as my nuke. If it helps, I would never pick a nuke if I did that show by myself. Spoiler alert, if you want to peek behind the curtain here, I'm just picking a name. Like, I don't actually care about a nuke of the night. Sometimes you just need a gimmick on a show. Yeah. Tatum said he's not coming back to just be a role player. You know what's really interesting? Tatum is absolutely coming back to be a role player. That is 100% what Jason Tatum is going to be, certainly in the month of March. I don't give a shit what Jason Tatum says. He just came back to be a role player right now. I'm not even having the conversation of what Tatum needs to score. Unless we hear a specific minutes projection tonight that's north of 20, I don't care what he needs to score. You just don't click his name. Don't play him. It's not worth it. He's not that good of a play. You should not be rostering Jason Tatum. I won't even entertain it. Until we get word that he can play more than what we have projected right now. If we hear that he's playing 24 minutes tonight, that's a very different conversation. That is not what I expect. If a guy is 5,400, it doesn't matter what they have to score to not kill your lineup. They're 5,500. Zero is fine. The only people that can kill your lineup are expensive people. Same guy who refused flag yesterday. Yeah, and I was correct. No regrets. I'll go back in time and say the same thing I said. Guys, just because something happens doesn't mean it's good. Do we need to talk about why that's the case? Just because someone is optimal doesn't mean that that was the right play. I hope we can all understand that piece. The goal is to be good at DFS. We've got a great slate today. I think we could all agree we just want Jason Tatum to be healthy. Just healthy. Because this is fascinating. If Tatum is healthy, like he comes back, they slowly integrate him, No issues for the Achilles. He doesn't re-injure himself. This is going to be massive for all future Achilles tendon tears. This is a really interesting data point for what we've got now and what technology is. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for it. All right, it's time. Let's look at the ownership for today. We do have one man on DraftKings pulling a lot of ownership. And I think we probably need to have at least a little bit of a conversation about it. $3,300 Isaiah Jackson. Now, 18 minutes last time out for Jackson. No Niederhauser today. No John Collins. I haven't moved these guys out of there yet, but that'll help. Realistically, you're not going to need a boatload of minutes out of Isaiah Jackson. 18 we got out of the last one. We've got him in for just shy of 24. And he is currently 70% owned, 70% optimal. Now, we know that that number is probably not going to stick around all day. We're going to get more value in other spots. You know, that minutes projection can come down to like 20 or 21. But he's a $3,300 center on today's slate, and he's north of a fantasy point per minute guy when he plays. He is going to be one of, if not the best point per dollar plays all day. That's just going to be the case. How we want to manage that will be an interesting question, because he's not the only value-ish center that we have. $5,200 Oso Ighodaro, 30-ish% owned and optimal. No Mark Williams, going to be out for the next 4 weeks. Ighodaro played like 38 minutes or something stupid last time out. I think that was an OT game. Either way, going to get the starting center run. They don't really have a ton of options behind him that they like. So you have two center options right off the jump in Isaiah Jackson and Oso Ighodaro. That's a pretty different vibe for what center is, particularly on a day that contains not only Victor Wembanyama in the opposite side of that Isaiah Jackson matchup, but also a $12,500 Nikola Jokic in a matchup against the Knicks. That dynamic, dueling center payups with 100 fantasy point ceilings in comparison to a $3,300 Isaiah Jackson. We're running the whole gambit today. That's a big gap. I mean, we have Nikola Jokic projected for 61.5 fantasy points. We've got Oso Ighodaro projected for 30. That's a pretty wild number. Oso Ighodaro is projected for less than half of the projection of Nikola Jokic. So at the very least, we're paying attention to those two guys at center. But here are the pay-ups that we have for today. And you'll note, at least at this moment, from 9K up, that's Jalen Brunson. Brunson, Murray, Durant, Wemby, and Jokic are all essentially 15% owned, 15% optimal. Pretty much the exact same plays. Jaylen Brown is 10K now, and he's only 5% owned. I don't love that price. Alperen Şengün at 9,400 is unowned. 2% owned, 2% optimal, 20% boom. But otherwise, everybody else is pretty much the same. And the interesting dynamic is the place that we have the best plays is also the position that has the two highest dollar options today. And that says nothing for the rest of the centers that exist today. But Jokic, Wemby, Ighodaro, Isaiah Jackson, even just the different combinations of those four dudes can be really unique. And that says nothing for Karl Anthony Towns, Bam Adebayo, Donovan Clingan, Moussa Diabate, Kel'el Ware, who went bananas last night from a stocks perspective. It's not like you can't roster Nemi Escada, but like that's not a fun play. There aren't really any other value options that I would like super recommend. Mitchell Robinson is a guy you could roll the dice on a game like today. So while there are additional centers you could swap out, even the top 4 provide you some interest. 4 most optimal centers. Technically, there's a 5th on the same corner. Isaiah Jackson's running away with it, but he'll come closer to the pack later, I would expect. Iguodala 2, Jokic, Wemby, Kel'el Ware, all 15% owned, 15% optimal. Those are your 5 priority centers. Anybody you take outside of that group, you're going to be pretty unique. The question to me is, who's the dude? I'll be honest, the guy that scares me the most is Iguodala. Because at least with Isaiah Jackson, like by all accounts, he's going to play. He's a good per minute guy. And at 3,300, you're not dead. 5,200 for Iguodala. You really do need those minutes. Frankie says, I built a lineup without Wemby and Jokic and I love it. Well, yeah. You just left out the 12-5 guy and the 10-5 guy. Everybody you put in that lineup is just going to look good by default. Yeah, you slot Isaiah Jackson and Oso Iguodala into the 2 center spots. Or, make one of them Ware. I don't care. The rest of your lineup's going to look strong, just name value-wise. Kel'el Ware is going to be like the most interesting guy in this discussion, right? Coming off of yesterday. Jose, how unique do I think you'd be with Şengün and Klingen? You'd probably be the only person that played the 2 of them. Anthony, there's no such thing as a top stack in basketball. Also, no, they're probably the worst team of the day. What can I explain there to make that question not be the question? Like, Brandon Miller's solid. This is the same thing I said yesterday. This is the same Charlotte team we get every day. Their pricing is stable. Their playing time is stable. There's nothing too crazy here. The only reason Charlotte's getting any love whatsoever today is basically just due to playing Miami and the game being faster than it typically is. But these guys are all exactly what they're supposed to be. There are no real deviations here. A team like Charlotte on a slate like this is just simply a team where you find the last guy for your lineup in one of their best players. Like, you can see the ownership. It's Brandon Miller, it's Miles Bridges, it's Con Knippel. That's because none of these guys move around, so it becomes a raw points thing. But I would be shocked if I had more than one Charlotte guy in any one individual lineup. Much like I said yesterday, the place you concentrate yourself is the place where there's the most things going on for that team. Isaiah Jackson stepping into more minutes because of some injuries. He's the best value by far. Oso Iguodala is stepping into more minutes because of a Mark Williams injury. That's why he's the second most owned guy here. You get to natural pay-ups like Kawhi, who we'll touch on. The mid-tier actually gets a little dicey, but once you get past Oso Iguodala, you're done talking about like popular stuff. Realistically, there's only like 3 popular plays right now. But yeah, when it comes to Charlotte, only Brandon Miller makes this first list of everybody in order of ownership. They're just a team. Like, if we're talking about what the best stack is, which, again, isn't a thing, like right out of the gate, the Clippers have 2 of the 4 most owned dudes. The Knicks have 2 of the 8 most owned dudes. But I do think that it's kind of interesting, and this is obviously for just the morning. I expect this to change. It's kind of a kaleidoscope at the top of ownership. There's not one team, like it's not, oh, Memphis has 7 active bodies, so everybody's here. Like Clippers, Rockets, Suns, Knicks, Pels, Spurs, Hornets, Blazers, Nuggets. That's just me reading off the teams of these guys in ownership order. We're spread out quite a bit here. Travis, you know the answer to that. You don't even have to see it. You know what the answer to what Neemias Queta's ownership is today. Think about the slate. Has he been playing? Yes. Is he on a team that's been playing with a clean roster? Yes. So you know what Queta's ownership's going to be. Nothing. Unless his price got broken, he won't be owned. And we could do this exercise for 2/3 of the guys that we could talk about today. If nothing's happened for that team, and that guy's played like 6 straight games, he's just going to be not owned, generally speaking. Especially when you have enough games on a slate that like you can flatten everybody out. But from a matchup perspective, the one thing that I don't like for today is more than anything is really just there's not like a really good game to attack. Like sometimes I like getting the tank team at home with the non-tank team on the road. But we don't even have that. First Kings, that's a good troll question. Good work. I was wondering who could come up with a name that would be truly insane to mention. I should have realized it would definitely be you. Should have saw that coming a mile away. By the way, hit the like button if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. We started this show off like we did yesterday, showing off the wins that we got last night, including our boy Low Story shipping the night slate and picking up another dub. If you guys want to use these tools on the stochastic side for DFS, it's simple. Click the link in the description. You'll get 15% off. Come on in. Use the same tools that we've been showing on the screen all year. Maybe you want to bet on props. Grab the stochastic props tool for NBA or NHL. Again, the links are in the description. Use our projections and the markets to find the best bets for yourself. Use Odds Shopper, Portfolio EV tool, Live Arbs, the most efficient odds screen you're going to find, and then some. Parlay builders, odds boost calculators, all that kind of good stuff. Use Tails, totally free. Follow all of the people on Tails, get free picks on pick'em sites, sports books, whatever. Subscribe to packages like Lindy, like our boy DK DFS, who's just putting out the goods on a day-to-day basis, like Mitch, and then some on Tails. Whichever direction you want to go. DFS, sports books, pick'em, we've got it all. The links are in the description. In a blowout narrative, I could see a double-double for Jordan Walsh. Interesting. I could see Jordan Walsh not stepping on the floor today. But, you know, there's also that. Look, if you're looking at Jordan Walsh today, I can promise you've never received a 1099. Jordan Walsh, 9, 13, 14, 13, 16, and 15 minutes in his last 6 games, and now Jason Tatum's back. But yeah, we'd play Jordan Walsh. Jordan Walsh with the 0.4% ownership, 0.3% optimal rate in 12 minutes. Yeah, we'll play him. Ryan Dunn looks good. Again, no, he doesn't. Y'all, I feel like y'all are punking me. Like, this is a coordinated effort from chat to just name guys that you shouldn't think of in any way, shape, or form. That's how I feel. That's how I feel like what's happening today. This guy looks like Dave Portnoy. Me? I look like Dave Portnoy? I'll take that, I guess. I'd like to look like Dave Portnoy's bank account. Shout out Bobby Suro, by the way. I like that. Is that a compliment? I mean, I don't think it's a negative. Well, I mean, he probably doesn't mean it as a compliment, but it's certainly not a negative. More of a neutral thing than anything else, I would say. But certainly not a negative. I'm starting to think some of these comments are Josh on a burner intentionally saying stupid things to drive engagement. I can promise you one thing. I don't have the energy for that. If I could press a button and never see those kind of comments again, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Because we're finally at a point now where I don't necessarily trust I'm talking to a real person. I only want to engage with someone who thinks those things for real. I don't want to get got. Sign me up for somebody that truly thinks those things, and I will go bananas on it. That part's easy. But now I just keep feeling like I'm arguing with a open claw bot or something. I don't ever trust the stupid things that humanity says in chats any longer. I've been doing this too long. Oh, I love my boy Christian Laettner. Super duper underrated. I don't think people understand how good Christian Laettner still was in the NBA. He obviously wasn't what everybody wanted him to be coming out of college, but he was still a really good NBA player. Shout out to my boy Christian Laettner. All right, let's take a lap through the injury report for today, because I think that's one thing we are left to touch on. Dallas Mavericks and Celtics at 7 o'clock. We do not have an injury report for the Mavs. We are very likely to get some stupid shit out of Dallas that creates some value. So keep an eye. Obviously, Jason Tatum is the news for Boston. Allegedly questionable. Seems like he's going to play today. Can't imagine that he's going to be out there very much. Thing that makes the most sense to me would be first, second, third, fourth quarter, 4 minutes at a time. We'll see what they actually do, but welcome back, Jason Tatum. You'll love to see it. Miami Heat, Charlotte Hornets. No real injury news on the Hornets side. Salon out. We knew that. Miami's on the back-to-back. Again, keep an eye on it. If we get people out for Dallas, we get people out for Miami, we could create a bit of value. For right now, doesn't seem like we have it. We wait an hour. We get to 8 o'clock. Portland and Houston. Again, we're waiting on an injury report. That's kind of the tale of what we have today. Houston on a back-to-back. We know we're getting Dorian Finney-Smith here today, but maybe we get some people out for Houston. On the Portland side, obviously still no Shaedon Sharpe. Denny Avdia is doubtful. Chris Murray is questionable. That Q tag for Chris Murray will matter, so pay attention. And you never know if they're going to move anybody else around. Back to not knowing injuries, because this is in every single game. We don't know something, or a lot of somethings. Knicks Nuggets, we don't have a Denver injury report. We do have a Q tag on Josh Hart. This one could get a little wild. Denver's been sitting dudes left and right. Who knows? Maybe Tyus Jones steps into enough minutes to matter on a day like today. I hope not. Jordan Klein in the house. What's up, my brother? I miss you. All right, Phoenix and the Pels. An absolute impossibility here. Neither team has an injury report. This could be a potential huge value spot, depending on what kind of news we get when they drop that report. Certainly undetermined at this point. And then, final game here, Clippers Spurs. Again, we don't have the Spurs injury report. We know that there's no John Collins, Darius Garland, or Niederhauser for the Clippers. And that is why Isaiah Jackson is so popular. No matter what you think about it right now, remember this. It's also the solo last game of the night at 9:30. So not only do I like Isaiah Jackson just as a play on paper, but he's also in the best spot possible for adjusting for late swaps as the night goes on. He doesn't affect anything. That's the big one. That's the big one. And that's why I'll have absolutely no issue holding on to any bit of Isaiah Jackson. It's part of the reason I don't have any real issue holding on to a bunch of Jokic and or Wemby, since those guys are late. Anthony says, I might not agree, but I'm stacking 3-man Charlotte. We'll see what happens. It's not that I agree or disagree. I just don't, you shouldn't think about it like that. The problem is thinking about it in the aspect of a team more than anything else. You want to roster Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and Con Knipple? Like, that's fine. They're completely reasonable plays. I wouldn't want all three of them in a lineup, probably, but like you can build a good lineup with those guys. I would never, ever, 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 ever think about it like that. Just take the guys that you think look best. If it's 3 guys from Charlotte, then it's 3 guys from Charlotte. Is Reed Shepard chalk again? Yeah, he's one of the higher owned dudes today. Don't forget, folks, schedule for the rest of the day. NHL Strategy Show at 1:30. NBA Live before lock coming up at 6 o'clock. I'm guessing that's me and Spags. I think Eric sits this one out. I can't ever remember. I think it's me and Spags, at which point you'll get Greg Ehrenberg for live after lock from 7 o'clock until he's done, which will likely be 8 on a day like today. This normal person life is mid. Have to wear a shirt with sleeves to work and shit. Jordan, that's incredible. We wear caps and sleeves on this here team, son. Just hang out with Chet Hanks a little bit more. You'll be fine. Wemby was good, Caleb. Wemby was good. Guys, I'm not sure I have anything left to touch on. The fact that every single game has at least one back-to-back or 2 is tricky. But I think we've got like the main scope of what today is. A relatively easy path to get to one pay-up option. Some increased value at the center spot. And the potential of a truly ridiculous day of value that we don't see coming. We could get injury reports from 1:30 to 3:30 today, and everything that we're looking at right now changes. All it takes is 1 or 2 value pieces at guard and forward, and we have a very different day. But I think that's going to do it, folks. We've reached the end of the line here for today. Again, sign up through the links in the description so that you could look a little bit more like Low Stories. Finishing at the top of the fadeaway 2 nights ago. Finishing at the top of the fadeaway in the night slate last night. Finishing at the top of the fadeaway and other assorted draft contests for $100,000 multiple times this NBA season. You could use the exact same tools by clicking that link in the description of this video. If you want anything from me, hit me up on our Discord. Throughout the day, I will be at my desk every minute of this day, working on some golf stuff for you guys that I think you're going to like quite a bit. We're making some NBA changes as well. We're trying to get the rates tool and the rotations tool integrated a bit more into the props environment. You guys are getting the goods right now. It's a great time to be able to create for you guys, and that is what we're trying to do. I will see you guys later tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern time, for the final live before lock of this work week, before I turn it over to what I believe is EMAC and Spags on the weekend. Adios, everybody.